This is number 29 in our Chapter 6 review, where we're asked to use the method of completing the square to solve this quadratic equation. In the method of completing the square, the first thing we always had to do was to get anything that didn't have a y with it, or a y squared with it, to the other side of the equal sign. So I need to move that minus 10 to the other side by adding 10. Now we're going to add something to both sides of the equal sign that's going to make this quadratic equation, the quadratic trinomial on the left, a perfect square trinomial. So we learned to take half of the number in front of the y, the b value, which is 18, and square that answer. Well, half of 18 is 9, and 9 squared is 81. So we're going to need to add 81 to both sides of the equal sign. By doing so, that makes our trinomial on the left side a perfect square trinomial, and our right side is going to equal 91. So we've learned that what we do is we just square root this first term, and we square root this last term, and then we bring down the sign of our middle term. So we get y plus 9 quantity squared. To solve and get rid of the squaring, we would have to square root both sides of our equal sign, remembering that the square root of 91 has two answers, one that is positive and one that is negative. So when you square root a square, you get just the y plus 9, what was being squared. When you square root 91, you want to find a perfect square that divides evenly into 91, like 2 squared, or 3 squared, or 4 squared, or 5 squared, and so on. If we kept going, we're never going to find a perfect square that divides evenly into 91. So we just leave it as positive and negative square root of 91. So then finally, to get the y alone, we would have to subtract 9 from both sides of the equal sign. And we'll now have y is equal to negative 9 plus and minus the square root of 91. That's all we can do.